Welcome back to Steffi Fan's channel. Today we will learn about the issue surrounding Deacon Sharp's dangerous predicament and the explosive love triangle that's about to shake Los Angeles to its very core. The drama unfolding between Deacon, Sheila, and Taylor Hayes is reaching fever pitch, and what happens next could change everything for these beloved characters and potentially claim lives in the process. This storyline has been building for weeks. An insider suggests we're about to witness one of the most dramatic and potentially violent confrontations in Bold and the Beautiful history. Deacon's ticking time bomb. Deacon Sharp finds himself walking an incredibly precarious tightrope on The Bold and the Beautiful, and the tension is mounting with each passing episode that airs. The beloved Giordano restaurateur is facing what could be the most dangerous and life-threatening decision of his entire tumultuous life. And there's absolutely no easy way out of this nightmare scenario he's created for himself. Eventually, whether he likes it or not, and regardless of how terrified he might be, Deacon will need to summon every ounce of courage he possesses to serve his volatile wife Sheila with divorce papers that will officially end their troubled marriage once and for all. This isn't just an ordinary marital split we're talking about here. Not by a long shot. The stakes couldn't be higher for Deacon, and his very survival may depend entirely on how carefully and strategically he handles this explosive and potentially deadly situation. One wrong move, one poorly chosen word, and Deacon could find himself staring down the barrel of Sheila's gun. The margin for error is essentially zero when dealing with someone as unpredictable and dangerous as Sheila. The Giordano owner has every legitimate reason in the world to harbor serious reservations and deep-seated fears about sending his marriage to Sheila after all. This is a woman with a documented history spanning decades of violence, manipulation, psychological warfare, and absolutely ruthless behavior when she feels betrayed, wronged, or abandoned by someone she loves. Deacon's hesitation isn't cowardice or weakness. It's common sense and pure self-preservation instincts kicking in at full force. Anyone familiar with Sheila's dark past understands that crossing her comes with potentially fatal consequences that can't be ignored or dismissed. In fact, it will be nothing short of miraculous if Deacon actually manages to survive telling Sheila about his desire to end their marriage and walk away intact. The danger he faces is very real, very immediate, and very deadly. Viewers are on the edge of their seats wondering if our favorite former criminal turned legitimate businessman will live to see another day once he drops his devastating bombshell on his unpredictable and dangerous wife. The show's writers have been masterfully building tension week after week, and fans can feel the explosion coming. What the spoilers reveal. Here's what's happening next week on Bold and the Beautiful according to insider spoilers that have been circulating throughout the fan community and various entertainment news outlets. The upcoming episodes promise to deliver some of the most intense, dramatic, and emotionally charged moments of the entire season. Possibly even the entire year. Fans need to prepare themselves for emotional whiplash as this storyline reaches its critical turning point and potentially violent climax. At first, the connection between Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes during their therapy sessions seemed completely innocent and harmless to everyone watching. Their interactions appeared to be nothing more than a professional therapeutic relationship between a caring, compassionate psychiatrist and her troubled patient seeking help to deal with his complicated marriage issues. The chemistry was subtle, easily explained away as simple rapport between doctor and patient. However, what started as friendly conversation and mutual understanding has evolved into something far more complicated, morally questionable, and potentially destructive for everyone involved. Now Deacon and Taylor are actively sneaking around behind Sheila's back like teenagers hiding from their parents, engaging in clandestine meetings at secret locations and lying directly to her face about the true nature of their rapidly developing romantic connection. They're meeting in parking lots, exchanging furtive glances across crowded rooms, and making excuses about where they've been and who they've been with. The deception has become elaborate and all-consuming. What began as an overly friendly doctor-patient relationship has now clearly blossomed into a full-blown extramarital affair that threatens to destroy multiple lives and potentially end with someone seriously hurt or dead. The professional boundaries that should have been strictly maintained have completely evaporated into thin air. Taylor Hayes, who should absolutely know better given her extensive psychiatric training, years of professional experience, and clear ethical obligations to her patients, has allowed herself to become emotionally and romantically entangled with a married patient, in direct violation of everything she was taught. Meanwhile, Deacon has thrown all caution to the wind, recklessly pursuing his passionate feelings for Taylor despite knowing full well the catastrophic and potentially deadly consequences that await him when Sheila inevitably discovers the truth. Deacon's breaking point. Deacon Sharp has made it abundantly clear to Taylor in private conversations that he is completely and utterly done with his marriage to Sheila Los Angeles. There's no going back for him anymore. No possibility of reconciliation or working things out. No chance of salvaging what's left of their relationship. He's emotionally checked out and ready to move forward with his life. However, the fact that he still hasn't actually told his wife about his decision to end things is becoming increasingly ridiculous, dangerous, and frankly unfair to everyone involved in this messy situation. The longer he waits and continues this charade, the worse the eventual confrontation will inevitably be. Every single day that passes, with Deacon maintaining this elaborate facade and pretending everything is fine, makes the situation exponentially more volatile and increases the likelihood of a violent outcome. Sheila is going to feel doubly betrayed when she realizes not only that Deacon wants out, but that he's been lying to her face for weeks or even months while secretly romancing another woman. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers strongly hint that next week could finally be the week when Deacon Sharp gets up the nerve to have official divorce papers drawn up and legally prepared by an attorney. This would represent a definitive point of no return for him and Sheila's troubled marriage. A line in the sand that can't be uncrossed. Having the papers officially drafted means Deacon is deadly serious about ending things permanently. Not just entertaining the idea in his head or talking about it hypothetically with Taylor. It's the first concrete legal step toward dissolving their union and breaking free from Sheila's grip once and for all. For several weeks now, Deacon has been leading Sheila on in a cruel fashion, allowing her to believe their marriage is intact and that they have a future together, while he secretly figures out the safest possible exit strategy that won't get him killed. He's been carefully calculating his every move, trying to determine how to break the devastating news without triggering Sheila's notorious violent streak that has claimed victims before. Deacon knows he's playing with fire every single day, but he feels trapped between his desperate desire for freedom with Taylor and his very real, justified fear of what Sheila might do when she discovers the truth about his betrayal. The inevitable explosion. The uncomfortable truth that everyone needs to acknowledge and accept is this: we all know for certain that Sheila is going to absolutely go on a destructive, violent rampage when she finds out about Deacon's betrayal and his romantic involvement with Taylor Hayes. There's simply no scenario in which she takes this news calmly, gracefully, or with any degree of maturity. Her track record speaks for itself in the most terrifying way possible. But here's the thing that makes this already complicated situation even more morally complex. Deacon and Taylor aren't exactly innocent victims in all of this mess they've deliberately created through their selfish choices. From a certain perspective, that can't be completely dismissed. Sheila actually has every legitimate right to be furious and feel deeply betrayed when the full truth finally comes tumbling out into the open. Her husband has been lying directly to her face for weeks on end, conducting a secret romance with another woman while pretending everything is fine at home and that he still loves her. That's a profound and devastating betrayal by any standard of human decency, regardless of who Sheila is as a person or what terrible things she's done in her checkered past. The affair has been happening right under her nose the entire time, and both Deacon and Taylor have been actively, deliberately deceiving her every single day. And mark these words clearly, Sheila absolutely will be furious beyond measure, beyond reason, and beyond control when she discovers what's been happening behind her back. Her rage will know no bounds or limitations. There will be no talking her down, no reasoning with her, no appealing to her better nature. The explosion will be catastrophic and potentially deadly for everyone in the blast radius.